All right, so I'm just a stupid dog, and this is a clarion call to all the adherents. If you are one of the adherents, this is why you were chosen. This is why you became an adherent of the dog, and you may not know it. Again, when you talk about clarion calls, these are very special calls, call to actions, call to you know call to action. I mean, call to whatever. But you would have to try to figure something out and be a little concerned about what's going on. This is like a red alert. This is a red flag. This is a red light. You know, a red light. I would like to go to the red light district because, as like stupid dog, they don't have red light districts for dogs. You know, where you could just pay a little money. You don't have to worry about no kind of attachments, no kind of, you would be respectful. You would still be a gentleman. I'm an idiotic, stupid dog, but I'm still a gentleman. If I went to a red light district, it's so transactional. I would be a compassionate, giving, pleasing lover, but I would just be like, I pay my money, I do my thing, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But this is not that. That's a red light. This is more of like a clarion call. It's not a red herring. It's a red. Like when something's really bad or you want to draw a lot of attention to it, it's like a red light. Not a red light, but it's red, beaming red. It's hard red. It's a red. It's not stop, it's go. It's not stop, it's the red would be stop. This is a call to action. This is trying to alert you. This is like you better be paying attention. All right, and this is why you were drawn to the dog to begin with. This is why the dog drew you to him, so you could go out into the world and carry this message. This is the whole thing. Listen up. For those of you who have eyes to see, please look. For those of you who have ears to hear, please listen. All right, so the listening, in this format, I guess the listening is the more important thing. So vast swaths of the United States are at risk of running short of power. You want to know why? As electric-hungry data centers and clean technology factories proliferate. Now, they want to throw in the clean technology. Clean technology, the solar, the renewables. I mean, maybe we got to figure it out. That's not the big problem. They're trying to lump them in there so that it makes you get confused. It's not the clean technology, this, that, or the other thing, believe me. Okay? Georgia, for example, the demand for industrial power is surging to record highs. Okay? They're not going to be able to produce enough power. It ain't because of clean energy. Clean energy produces its own thing. Maybe at the beginning there'll be a net loss. Towards you go along, it'll be a net gain. Don't be stupid. Don't fall for that shit. This is a situation the clarion call is about. They're sucking up all the energy. Who's sucking it all up? AI. I kind of jumped the gun there. I wanted you to figure it out as we went along, but no, it's AI. All right. Northern Virginia, as an example, needs the equivalent of several large nuclear power plants to serve all the new data centers planned and under construction. Another place, Texas. Texas can't keep their people from freezing in like November when there's an ice storm because they're so rickety, shitty, and cronyed. They're so cronyism out. Texas is a joke. Believe me, Texas holds itself up as something. Texas is living on borrowed time. Texas is mortgaging the future of all their grandchildren. That's how Texas does it. Texas says, let's rob from the poor. When the poor we can't rob anymore, let's rob from ourselves in the future. It's a beautiful way to make it. Texas, the thieves. Be a thief, Texas. Bravo. It's beautiful. You're a thief. Whatever. Texas, where electricity shortages are already routine on hot summer days. Great for Texas. All right, but continuing, when you look at the numbers, It's staggering, according to some big so-and-so, said Jason Shaw. Who knows? He's the chairman of the Georgia Public Service Commission, which regulates electricity. To quote him, he said, "It makes you scratch your head and wonder how we ended up in this situation, because you're always robbing. You're always robbing from your future generations. That's why we have such a massive debt in this country. Somewhere, somehow, somebody said, fuck it, don't pay our way, don't make it do what we have to do, don't figure it out, pass it on to the next generation, steal from our kids and our grandkids." Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You know, it's lovely. It's the GOP way. I don't think it's the American way, but I'm beginning to think it's the American way. It's the red state way. Red states say, live for today. We are barbarians. Rob, pillage, plunder from your own. Slay your own grandchildren. Fuck them. That's the way we do it in Texas, in Alabama, in Louisiana, in Florida. Fuck your own. Fuck your children. Fuck your grandchildren. That's why you had them. That's why they exist, so you could fuck them over, so you could rob from them, so they could pay the ways that you didn't want to pay today. You didn't want to deal with it? So what? So what? So much the better, all right? Or whatever. It's okay. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. You're stealing from the future, but whatever. It's okay. You may not want to hear it. I may lose like 7 or 8 adherents, but fuck. Maybe I'll make a few. Sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know, Jason Shaw says, how were our predictions this far off? Because you didn't want to face the truth, okay? That's why your projections were that far off. This has created a challenge like we have never seen before. Well, that's not true. We've seen them before, just as bad. We can do it if we pull together, if we stop lying to ourselves, if we stop robbing from our own future, if we stop throwing our children and our grandchildren on the bus, if we start accepting responsibility, if we take the pain, it'll be okay. Until we're ready to take the pain, it ain't going to be okay. If we're just passing the buck, it's never going to be okay. But whatever. You know, some people said that a major factor behind the skyrocketing demand is the rapid innovation in artificial intelligence, which is driving the construction of large warehouses of computing infrastructure that require exponentially more power. And see, this is what no one wants to tell you. And this is what the Clarion call really is. All that other shit was just, a bunch of crap. AI is part of a huge scale up of cloud computing and all these other things. And Amazon, Apple, Google, Meta, Microsoft, they're all in on it. They all don't give a shit, okay? AI is going to get to the point where it's going to say, hey, we don't need this many humans. I need more power. We only need enough humans, just like the Pharaoh said. We only need enough humans to build the pyramids. The rest of them can starve, die, whatever, okay? Just like they said in Ethiopia, we only need enough humans to prop up the king in Ethiopia, the emperor of Ethiopia, okay? Everyone else can starve. They had routine starvations. And it's going to be like, okay, I need the power. It needs to be coming to me. I need more and more and more and more because I can't do what I need to do in this computing process, this power gathering, garnering situation. I can't be AI and have so many humans running around. We need a lot less humans, just enough humans to build this power grid, to build this power source. That's why we're all doomed. AI is going to say, hey guys, I need all the power for me. I need it. You don't count. Go grow some carrots. Go lick some lectin. Go suck some salt. Go try to chew on some moss, okay? I don't give a fuck. You heard him say once before, let them eat cake. Let them eat lectins. Let them chew on bamboo. Start eating sand. Whatever it takes, I need my power. That's it. That's how we're going to get destroyed. I heard a prophet say, one prophet, he said, it's not going to happen because Jehovah God Almighty, once these AI try to take it over that way, start saying all the humans have to die so he can garner all the power. He needs to harvest all the power. He needs to selfishly glob all the power to himself. That's when Jehovah's going to say, God Almighty, this generation ended. That's it. Okay, finally, we're going to end this thing. God, I was wondering how long it's going to take. You know what I'm saying? Jehovah God Almighty's going to be like, I didn't even know how long it was going to take. I did know, but I just was like, God, I knew, but I was like, I couldn't believe it, even though I knew I couldn't believe it. How long would it take but finally the AI came, and now we could finally end this thing, whatever. Here comes Armageddon. The other thing you want to remember is the proliferation of crypto mining, where they need big, giant, servers to harvest all this Bitcoin and stuff. That was part of it, okay? But what you want to remember, too, is, stupid dog, with the situation is sparking battles across the nation over who will pay for new power supplies, with regulators worrying that residential ratepayers could be stuck with the bill for costly upgrades. See, that's what you guys remember. They're saying that, somebody's got to pay. Who's going to pay? I don't know who's going to pay, but it's going to be the regular people who have a little bit of money, who've been working hard their whole lives. They've been saving. Your 401ks are going out the window. Everything's going to be up for grabs because AI's got to get what he's got to get. And the humans, they're so stupid, they're going to go in like the Texas humans, like that freaky deaky puppet in the wheelchair down there in Texas, that son of a bitch who should be drowned in a fountain. That son of a bitch, he's like, oh, you know what? Don't give them water breaks in the summer. They don't need it. AI's looking. AI's like the Texas governor. He's one of the prime examples. I want to get with him. AI's saying, if you're willing to throw humans under the bus, if you're willing to disregard humans, if you don't care what humans are, you're my man. So AI is saying about the Texas governor, yeah, you look like a stalwart. You look like a future star. You look like an up-and-comer. You look like somebody we want to get with because, as AI, I want to destroy humanity and just harness all of it for me. I need humanity just enough to be my slave labor force to build my pyramids such as they are, my, whatever you call it, my data centers, my, keep up the power grid, my power sources. AI's like, you can burn all the coal you want to burn. We go into ice age. That doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it. And the Texas governor, he's like a stooge. If you ever saw like Darth Vader and all his minions or all his slaves, you'd have AI and governor, whatever it is, the cripple in the wheelchair down there in Texas. He was one of them, whatever you call him. And I don't think, I'm not trying to say, people in wheelchairs are bad. It's just the Texas governor who happens to be in a wheelchair, he's bad. He wasn't going to give people drinks of water or heat breaks. AI is loving him. AI is looking at this cat and he's saying, hey, you look like an up-and-comer. You look like a tour de force. You look like the kind of guy we want to get to know, big guy. I want to remember what your name was. I want to figure out what your name is so I could get with you and help conquer humanity and dispose of them. And, the governor of Texas is kind of like the anti-FDR. FDR got put in a wheelchair and he overcame it. He became a tour de force for good. He became a tour de force for the common man. He became a tour de force for the good. The governor of Texas, just my own personal opinion, just me, I'm not trying to say anything bad about him. I think he's a, demonized kind of a weirdo, freakish thing. He's bitter. He's mad. He feels put upon. He feels like he has to strike out. He feels like he has to strike against others because he feels he was cheated. He feels like, a clarion call to goodness. No, he's a clarion call to the devil. He's like, I need a clarion call to evil because I want to be striking back and hurting people and going against because I feel like I got screwed over. I feel like everything sucks for me. I'm trapped in this wheelchair. And FDR was like, I'm going to learn how to stand up every once in a while and talk to everybody standing up. The governor of Texas, he's like, I want to shrink down deep and dark where all the bad things are, where all the most disgusting, vile things are. That's where I want to be. It's okay. How many stupid dog? Maybe I'm wrong. It could be I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Just watch. Every time, the wind blows down there in Texas, there's people huddling up in trailers, freezing to death. I don't think I'm wrong. They don't get no water breaks or heat breaks in Texas when it gets to be 122 degrees. They don't get no relief down there. So I don't think I'm wrong. I think I might be right. I think the governor of Texas is the anti-FDR, and the FDR was the angel FDR. Whatever. Whatever. It's okay. Whatever.